there, Leo. Welcome to Aries Moon Arcana. I am Kaya, and I'm going to be doing a general reading for your sign for the new moon in Gemini happening on May 22nd of the year 2020. So here we are. I read this fun little article in Bustle, kind of, summing up how the new moon in Gemini is going to affect each sign, and I kind of got some insight and inspiration through that. The message for you specifically around this time is that only strong relationships are going to last through this time. You may be going through a pretty serious growth period. That may be something that's going on and you're kind of like rethinking some relationships, things that aren't working for you. And so I pulled an overall energy card for this reading, and I got the World reversed, which tells me any relationships that have kind of been undergoing some like toxic cycles, anything that's sort of like just over and over and over again, like first of all probably gets pretty boring for you, but also especially if it's like an unhealthy cycle, I think that's what's kind of coming to an end. Those kinds of relationships, you're just done with those and you're really wanting to move past them. So I'm going to bring you down to my little stage. Here we are, and I'm going to get right into it. So first of all, I want to make a mess. That's what I want. I'm going to clear the cards here with a little sage. Make sure it's all about you, Leo, just the way you like it. Clearing out all the old energy, starting from scratch. Blank page. All right. Perfect. All right, Leo. I'm seeing some unhealthy patterns disappearing from your life. I'm just seeing like, only the strong relationships, the friendships especially, those are the only ones that are going to stick around through this time, this period of maybe some maturing that you're going through, that you've been excited about. You're excited about some things, and there might be some friends that aren't very supportive to you about these things. And if that's the case, I don't think you're gonna stick with it or abide that shit anymore. So let's get some clarity. Let's do it. King of Swords reversed. Ooh, let's put this so you can actually see it. Hermit reversed. Five of Swords reversed. And the Three of Wands. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some deep internal work going on with you right now. Like I was saying, kind of going through like a maturing period. And it might freak some of your friends out. You're a very social person. You're usually very out there and very excitable and always wanting to hang out with your friends, and you might be kind of out of that. You might be growing out of that a little bit and just turning into somebody who's maybe a little bit more serious. Maybe you've got something going on that you really, really want to focus on, and it's affecting your relationships, your friendships, and the people that aren't going to be supportive about you going through this change. I don't think they're going to last much longer. I think that's okay. You're going inward to seek some truth, some real truth about yourself here. With the King of Swords reversed, sometimes people read reversals like the energy's blocked and stuff, but I actually see this in this circumstance as this guy going deep inside to find the truth. You're searching for something, and it's all within. Hermit reversed, it's all within. You're really looking for some inner guidance and insight, and you'd be really willing to make up with these people. You're not doing this in a mean way. You're also probably being very apologetic about how kind of not, off the radar you've been. And I don't know that they're really receptive to that or being okay with it. At least the relationships that aren't going to last. Those are the ones that, you want to make up. You want to make sure it's okay. You're checking in with them. If they get mad at you, you're like, hey, like, is everything okay? And they're not really having it, and I feel like those are the people that, they fucking suck in the first place, so that's a bummer in and of itself. But, I see you being very peaceful about this. This doesn't feel like a very brash energy or, like, shitty or holier than thou. This feels very natural and honest and true and kind of peaceful. I think you're finding a balance and some peace here to regain some new insights, and then you're moving on into the next phase of your life because you're really finding yourself ready for it. And it might be really, like I said, just moving on from some friendships and relationships. You're just ready to go in a new direction, and if those people aren't going to be there to support you, then what's the point of having them around, honestly? And that kind of happens, I think, if you're like, especially around your early 30s. I really think that's what starts to happen. is people just start to kind of fall out of your life if they're not really on a similar path. And it can be painful, but you're so peaceful that you don't feel, you're okay with anything that's happening. You're okay with it. I think you're a little sad here that your friends aren't, like these specific people aren't being more supportive, because I think that really does affect you and hurt you. But it's not going to change your tune. It's not going to change your mind. You're doing everything right. You're doing it all. You're doing all the work you're supposed to be doing for yourself, deep on the inside. And so nobody can fault you for that, Leo. Nobody can fault you for that, and they shouldn't try. Don't let them. It's not cool, bro. All right, so let's get some clarity on this King of Swords reversed here. I'm seeing him, the energy that's coming through is perhaps you're starting to see the unhealthy patterns in your relationships, and you're really like, you know what? It's time to think about this. I've been ignoring this for too long. Maybe it's time to really recognize it and find the truth and be okay with the truth and be peaceful with it. So let's get some clarity, please, for Leo, for the new moon in Gemini. The King of Swords reversed. Ace of Pentacles, the Devil, Page of Swords. You may be starting a new job or a new venture that's supposed to be, the whole point to it is financial stability. Or it could just be something that you're really partaking in, like embarking on is a new, new way of doing things. Maybe you're trying to save some money, and that's why you're not seeing your friends all that much. And they're like, what do you mean? You used to be just as, frivolous with money as we were. Who do you think you are that you're not doing that anymore? You're being an asshole. And you're like, I'm not being an asshole. I'm just being fucking smart. You want to maybe just take a page out of my book instead of the other way around. But you're whoever these people are, you're very attached to them. You feel really like it's a codependency vibe. I always think codependency when I see the Devil, and especially since we're talking, friendships and relationships, I see some really strong ties that have possibly become toxic, right? Like we were saying, some unhealthy cycles have kind of entered into the mix, and you're just starting to cut through that. You're just starting to see the truth of the matter and that's what causes you to kind of go inward. Is really this new thing that you're working on. The friends that you thought would be there through it and be supportive about it are not being that way. And those are the people that you're like, maybe we got some fucking problems here. And then if you think back, you're like, wait a second, this kind of attitude has been going on for so long. It's just that I involved myself in it. I aligned myself with that attitude. So it's almost like you didn't even realize it was happening, but now you're breaking free from that, and you're starting to see how codependent those relationships are, how too entwined they are, maybe how much your emotions are connected to what your friends think of you, and how much it's maybe held you back, And I think it's time for you to not be held back by people. So that's what's going on. You're finding some truth with that around the new moon in Gemini, around the 22nd of May. You're starting to see things a little more clearly, and it's making you go inside of yourself. So we got the Hermit reversed here. You're really starting to, you want to make sure you're not maybe being one of those people. You want to make sure you're not being that same person you were being before. And you really want to break some cycles here yourself, and you don't know if you can bring some people along with you for the ride. So yeah, you're really doing some deep inner work here. You're doing a lot of introspection, a lot of reflection, really listening to your inner calling instead of listening to your friends right now. And that's good, because your inner voice is always going to tell you what you need to know, always. Eight of Pentacles, Temperance, and the 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, you're working on, I think you're the one, you're like the pioneer in the friend group who's, everybody's been poor, everybody's been down for a long time, down and out, lots of cycles with that, and you're the one who's breaking free. You're starting to really focus on your money and really focus on doing better for yourself. You're focusing on this poverty mindset. That's the card for the poverty mindset. I just did the Cancer reading, and it was all about that shit. But you are really taking the reins with it, right? That's what I'm seeing. You really want peace in your life. You want peace from this codependency and these bonds that hold you and tie you. And maybe there's a lot of drama that these people bring into your life too. And you really want peace from that. You're growing up faster than they are. And it's happening rapidly for you, and they just don't really understand it, and they can't really be on board. Could be a relationship too. Maybe you're outgrowing a love relationship with someone, realizing that you want more than they do in life, and they're not as ambitious as you are becoming or you hoped they might. But yeah, you're really, really focusing on pulling yourself out of this poverty mindset. You're really putting yourself. I do think that there's some sort of opportunity that came up here with that Ace of Pentacles. I do think that it's like something new, an opportunity to like break free from something is coming to you or came to you, and you're not feeling fully supported by some certain individuals who shall remain nameless because I don't know their names. That's the only reason why. All right, and then we've got the Five of Swords in reverse. You're kind of feeling, I can see you feeling a little bit bummed out about this. This to you, this isn't an argument. This isn't a fight that you need to have with these people. It has nothing to do with that as far as you're concerned. You want everything to be cool. You want to just be supported and loved. And you want to reconcile. You want to make nice. You want them to be supportive of you. You want to make things okay. And I don't think that they're really giving you that space. And like being receptive and understanding. I don't think they're being very mature about it, honestly, whoever we're talking about here. It could be a group of people. Could be one specific individual. Could be family members. Easily. Any kind of close relationships. You want to make it okay. You want to make it better. And they're not going to do it. See, I don't usually read jumpers, but if they fall out and it's just very clear to me, this one I'll take. So I see the Knight of Cups. I see you really trying to make nice with them. That's what I'm seeing from that. Trying to make nice. Oops. Because you want more from me. You want to take charge of your destiny with the Wheel of Fortune here. And the Queen of Swords reversed. They're not being cool with you. They're judging you. You're offering them some like reconciliation here. You're offering them the ability to just still be friends and be cool with stuff, because all you're doing is following your path. All you're doing is growing as a person and going after, making your own luck. That's really what you're focusing on. And they're not cool about it. They're judging you. The Queen of Swords reversed is super critical and judgmental and mean-spirited for no reason at all. Because I don't see you feeling this way. I don't see you feeling mean-spirited towards anybody. I think you're actually probably in a much lighter mood because of all these things you're working on than you have been in a long time, and they don't like it. Misery loves company. They want you to be miserable with them. Ugh, fuck them. I don't like that. I don't like that vibe. Get away from those people. That's a low vibration. Low vibes. We want high vibes. That's what brings all the happiness and the luck. That's what brings us that Wheel of Fortune, is following our destiny and our, what makes us really happy and what makes sense for us. And I see you being judged a little bit, and I think it's going to bum you out because, if you're judged by somebody that cares about you and criticized, that never feels good, does it? Not that you're used to that. I don't think Leos are very used to being criticized because they're always like so light, fluffy, and wonderful and happy. All right, well, not always, but you get my drift. Charming. Always charismatic, right? All right, we've got the Three of Wands here. Moving on. You are moving out of those cycles. You're moving out of those codependent, unhealthy cycles. You're breaking the cycles that don't work for you with the world reversed. You're moving on. Moving on from some relationships. You're getting ready for a new phase in your life. You're getting ready to embark on a new journey. So let's get some clarity, please, for Leo. For this Three of Wands, for the new moon in Gemini. What messages can we give to them? Ooh. If my tiny hands can only muster up the energy. Okay. Page of Cups reversed. The Tower. And Three of Swords. I'm telling you, there's going to be this, that you're dealing with really immature people. Immature, emotionally stunted. They are not on the level that you are or are discovering. And there's coming that Tower moment, man. Things are going to break down. Your ego is changing. You're renegotiating your whole sense of who you are in terms of like who you relate to and why. Why were you relating to those people before? Because that's how you felt before. You don't feel that way anymore. So you can't relate to those people because they're not going on the same journey. They're not coming with you. You're walking away. They're not coming with you. This guy's alone. He's got his whole fucking plan and he's okay with it. He's happy with it. It's not a problem. It's not a bad thing. but you are going to get some heartbreak here. You're going to have to leave a relationship or a friendship, or cut ties with a family member, somebody that's been really codependent with you and is not happy for you on your journey. It's going to hurt. I think it's going to hurt. I think that that's true. I think that Leo, especially, you guys are super, super deeply loyal friends. And you love your friends more than any other sign I've ever seen in the zodiac. Anybody that I know that has strong Leo in their chart it's just so important to them, almost more so than their romantic relationships. Their friendships are the most important things on the planet, in the world. Couldn't be more important to them. So this is a painful transition, and I can understand that. But just know you're definitely on the right path. You're cutting the right people out of your life. You need to end those cycles. That devil card, nip it in the bud. He's got to go. And that's probably what's going to make it so painful. Codependency makes tearing apart like extra hard. So it is going to be painful. It's going to feel like a tower moment. There's going to be some sort of real blow up here. There's going to be like an argument, I see, like a fight with somebody, and it's going to end with you being like, I'm sad that I have to walk away from this, but ultimately it's for my greater good. It's for raising my vibrations, so it has to be okay. And it is okay. It's fully okay. I'm okay with it. And, the people that really, really care about you are also okay with it. I'd say, if this starts happening around the new moon in Gemini, around the 22nd, or like the beginning of June, go talk to some friends that would never treat you like that. Go get some perspective for them. How they treat you in those circumstances, those are the ones that you should be taking counsel from, talking to about it, and just kind of processing through having to get rid of those friends. Because I bet you, those friends are going to say, oh my God, I have been waiting for you to say this for years. You know what I mean? Like they can tell that it's good for you, and they're happy that you're going to release yourself of it. There's somebody in your life that's going to be relieved that you're making this shift. Going to be happy for you, proud of you, and you love making your friends proud. I know you do. All right, Leo, let's get some wrapping up cards here, or some messages that maybe we missed. Put a bow on it, as I always like to say. That might become my new catchphrase. Put a bow on it. Let's just see what the overarching kind of overall finale cards are. Knight of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Cups reversed, 4 of Cups reversed. This is going to be tough. I don't know that you're actually going to be super, super doing it yet. I think it might come a little bit later. This plan of yours to move on and do this work thing, it's not fully getting off the ground because I think you're feeling really judged, and it's making you feel really low. And you're sad that these people are not supporting you, and you're kind of getting stuck in that feeling a little bit because you don't want to leave them. You're avoiding this heartbreak and this tower. The tower card gets avoided all the time, but it's necessary. It's a necessary destruction so that you can rebuild something better. You're kind of avoiding taking the steps, but you will have a burst of inspiration here. So the 4 of Cups is always, when he's upright, it indicates kind of apathy, sitting still, just stuck somewhere, not interested in anything else, just not interested in moving forward or taking the opportunities. But reversed, there's kind of almost this feeling of like a burst of inspiration that gets you up off your ass. So you're going to have a little wallowing time, I think. You're going to have a hard time. You're going to really be questioning yourself and questioning whether this new opportunity that you have, this new job or something like that, is really actually going to work for you, because you don't know if it's worth sacrificing all your friends that you've felt so close to, or even just that one friend that's really important to you. You don't know if it's worth it, but you'll come to it. You'll have this like moment. It just might take a little bit of time, and that's okay. You got to be ready for things when you do them. You can't not be ready. So you take your time. You take your time, Leo. It's okay, but just know that it's the right thing to do. So if you're starting to feel that sense around the new moon, if this is the video that totally resonates with you, and you're starting to sense that, just know that it's going to work out for your greater good. You're going to be breaking bad cycles in order to bring in that Wheel of Fortune energy and all the luck and all the beauty that comes from you really working hard, that Temperance card, that balance that you want. It's okay for you to break ties that blow. Just remember that. So that's what I have to say for you, Leo. I hope that you liked it. Thank you for watching all the way through. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, blah, blah, blah. That makes me feel so excited. I just got 2 new comments from strangers and I'm like, oh, super giddy about it. It just makes me feel really good. It makes me, you know, want to keep going because I love knowing that I'm, you know, giving people messages that they resonate with or want to hear or need to hear. So let me know if you're into it. I have a schedule of upcoming videos in the description box below. I do personal readings where you can also find my Etsy page down there in the description box. And I think that's about it. Oh, I also put the link to the Bustle article so that you can go read what I was inspired to do a reading about for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.